Come on. She's right. Mom, go down and around and go over there. Chris, will you help like my parents?
Starting to lead off is ninth grader from Rosemount, Eddie McBride. Number 2, 10th grader from Egan, Evan Berber. Number 3, 10th grader from Red Wing, Nick Babcock. Diver 4, 10th grader from Egan, Ethan Long Scott. 5th diver from Red Wing, 11th grader, Landon Nelson. 6th diver from Rosemount, 11th grader, Zach Vanderwater. 7th diver from Egan, 11th grader, Jacob Campbell. 8th diver, 11th grader from Red Wing, Zach Nicholson. 10th diver, senior from Rosemount, Lucas Burton. And finishing off our meet is 12th grader from Egan, Stone Larson.
All right, welcome to Rosemount Middle. My name is Scott Manwarren. We're going to have the Irish Invitational here, 11 dive. They just announced the order of divers. Eddie McBrain is going to start it off here, but they're going to do the national anthem here momentarily. All right. Once again, good morning. This is Scott Manwarren. I'll be your host here today. We have the Irish 11 Dive Invitational here. Henry Gerton is our PA today, public address announcer. Um, we have Eddie going to be starting off with round 1. They're going to take a break after the 8th dive. So we're getting the judges put together here.
Our first diver today is Eddie McBride from Rosemount.
3 coaches and the referee.
102C, front 1 somersault in the tuck position.
So Eddie's going to start off here with a 102C front 1 somersault in a tuck position. All the judges are seated. Nice dive. Nice first dive by Eddie.
4.5, 5,
4.5,
and
5, and
5.
5. Nice start for Eddie. Egan diver up next.
Next up from Egan is Evan Hammerberg. He performed a 103C, a front 1.5 somersault tuck, 1.6.
103C, a 1.6 degree difficulty, a front 1.5 somersault and tuck. Nice dive. 5, 5, 5.5. Nice start.
Next up from Red Wing, stand trainer Nick Babcock. He's performed a 301C reverse dive tuck, 1.6.
A reverse dive tuck here for Nick from Red Wing. Nice dive. 4, 4.5, 5.5.
5.5.
Nice dive by Nick. First dive. Next up,
Diver number 4 is Ethan from
Ethan
Egan.
from
He's
Egan, the
performing a
sophomore from Egan.
103B front 1.5 somersault pike, 1.7.
Front 1.5 in a pike position. 1.7 degree of difficulty. Nice dive. Saw him do that last night. Nice job. 4.5, 5, 4.5. Nice dive by Ethan.
Diver number 5 from Red Wing, Landon Nelson,
Landon,
performing a 101B forward dive pike, 1.3.
forward dive pike, a 1.3 for Landon, I should say. Landon Nelson. A nice dive, nice entry. 5.5, 5, 6.
5 and 6. Next up, diver 6 from Rosemount, Zach Van Warren, performing a 103C front 1.5 somersault tuck, 1.6.
So Zach's up next here, a front 1.5 in a tuck position. 1.6 degree of difficulty. Zach, a junior from Rosemount. Nice dive. 5.5, 5.5, 5.
Next up from Egan, diver number 7, Jacob Campbell, performing a 103B front 1.5 somersault pike, 1.7.
So Jacob from Egan, a 10, front 1.5 in a pike position. A junior from Egan. Nice dive by Jacob. 6, 5.5, 5.
And 5. Diver number 8 from Red Wing, 11th grader Zach Mickelson,
Zach
performing a
Mickelson,
103B forward
a
1.5
forward
somersault
1.5
pike,
somersault in a pike
1.7.
position. Junior from Red Wing. Nice dive, close to the board. 7, 5.5, 7.5. Lucas Girton up next for Rosemount, the host Rosemount here.
Diver number 9 from Rosemount, Lucas Girton, performing a 103B front 1.5
Another front
somersault pike,
1.5 in a pike position
1.7.
here. 1.7 for Lucas starting off. Nice dive by Lucas. Nice entry, nice clean entry. 7.5s across the board. That's a bingo, our first bingo. Bingo.
Final diver of round number 1 is Stone Larson
Stone
from
Larson
Egan.
wrapping
He'll
up
be
round number
performing a
1.
103B front 1.5
A
somersault
front
pike,
1.5 somersault
1.7.
pike position. Nice dive by Stone. 7, 7.5, 7.
7. Beginning
Starting
round number 2. Eddie for Rosemount. Performing a 103C front 1.5 somersault tuck, 1.6.
front 1.5 somersault in the tuck position here for Eddie starting round number 2. Nice dive by Eddie.
4, 4, and
4, 4,
4.5.
and a 4.5. Nice job, Eddie.
Next up for Egan is Evan.
Evan for
Dive
Egan.
104C, front 2 somersaults, tuck 2.2.
Our first double here today, a front 2 somersault in a tuck position here for Evan from Egan. Didn't get all the way around. 2,
2,
2.5,
2.5, and 2.
2. Good attempt.
Next up is
Nick.
Nick for Red Wing.
Nick from Red Wing up next in
Performing a
round 2.
302C, a reverse 1 somersault tuck, 1.6.
A reverse 1 somersault tuck position here for Nick from Red Wing. Nice dive. 4.5, 5, 5.
Next up is Ethan from
Ethan.
Egan. Performing a 104C front 2 somersault tuck, 2.2.
Yeah, front double somersault in a tuck position here for Ethan, sophomore from Egan. Nice dive. Good entry. 5, 5.5, 5.
Next diver is Landon from Red Wing, performing a 104B forward 2 somersault pike, 2.3.
Forward 2 somersaults in a pike position here for Landon from Red Wing. Nice dive by Landon.
5.5, 5.5.
5.5, 5.5, and a 5. Up next, Zach for Rosemount.
Diver 6 is Zach Van Warren from Rosemount, performing a 104C front 2 somersault tuck, 2.2.
So a front double in a tuck position for Zach, the junior from Rosemount. Five and a half, 5.5, 5. Saw him practicing that here earlier.
Next up is Jacob from Egan,
Jacob from Egan.
performing a 105C front 2.5 somersault
Jacob's
tuck,
doing a front 2.5
2.4.
in a tuck position. 2.4 degree difficulty. Nice dive by Jacob. 6, 5.5, 5.5.
Diver 8 is Zach from Red Wing, performing a 105B forward 2.5
Zach from Red
somersault
Wings up
pike,
next.
2.6.
A front 2.5 in a pike position, a 2.6 degree of difficulty. Nice dive by Zach. 6.5, 7, and 6.5. Lucas is up next for Rosemount.
Next up is Lucas from Rosemount, performing a 105B front 2.5 somersault pike,
So a front 2.5 in
2.6.
a pike position for Lucas here, the host Rosemount captain. Front 2.5 in a pike position for Lucas. 6.5, 7, 6.5.
Our final diver of round number 2 is Stowe Larson from Egan. He will be performing a 105B front 2.5
Front two and a
somersault
half
pike
here. Stone's going to
3.6.
wrap up round number two. Stone, the senior from Egan, front two and a half in a pike position. Nice dive by Stone. 7.5, 7.5, and
Seven
7.
and a half, 7.
Nice dive by Stone. He's a weightlifter while not diving. When he's
Beginning
not diving, I should
round
say.
number 3 with Eddie from Rosemount.
Heading into round number
Going to be
three
performing a
now.
51-21D front, one somersault, one half twist, free, 1.7.
A 1.7 degree of difficulty here for Eddie. Eddie McBride from Rosemount, the freshman. Gets around on that twist, that half twist. Four,
Four and a half.
4, and a 4.5 for Eddie.
Next up is Evan from Egan. He will be performing a 201A back dive straight, 1.7.
Back dive straight here for Evan from Egan. 1.7 degree of difficulty. Nice dive. 4.5, 5, 5.
5 and 5.
Next up is Nick
Next
from
up
Red
is
Wing.
Nick from Red Wing. His dive is a 401B inward dive, pike, 1.5.
Inward dive pike, a 1.5 here for Nick from Red Wing. Four and a half, 5, 5.
5 and 5. Next diver is Ethan from Egan. He'll be doing a 201A back dive straight, 1.7.
Back dive straight here for Ethan, 1.7. Following his teammate Evan. Five, 5, and a 5. Another bingo.
Next diver is Landon from Red Wing. He'll be doing a 201A back dive straight,
Back dive straight
1.7.
here for Landon from Red Wing, 1.7. 201A. Five, 4.5, 6.5.
Next up is Zach from Rosemount.
Zach from
He'll be
Rosemount.
doing a 51-22D front, one somersault, one twist free, 1.9.
A 1.9 here for Zach. A twister, what he would call it. One twist, one somersault. Five, 5.5, 5. Legs were a little
Next up is
not
Jacob from
completely
Egan. He'll be
together there,
performing a
but
201B back dive pike, 1.6.
Jacob back dive in a pike position here. Five, 5, 5.
5. Next diver is
Zach.
Zach from Red Wing. He'll be doing a 405C inward, 2.5 somersault tuck, 3.1.
Inward 2.5, 3.1. Our first 3 degree of difficulty here for Zach. Nice dive. Tough one, really tough. 5, 5, 5.5.
5.5.
Lucas is up
Next
next
up
for
is
Rosemount.
Lucas from Rosemount, performing a 51-52B front, 2.5 somersault, one full twist, pike, 3.2.
A front 2.5 with one twist. A 3.2 degree difficulty here for for Lucas. got that twist in there. 4.5,
Four and a half,
5, 5.
five, five. Final diver of round number three is Stowe Larson
Stowe
from
Larson
Egan.
wrapping
He'll be
up
performing
round
a
number 3.
201B back dive pike
A back dive,
1.6.
back dive here for Stone. Nice dive by Stone. Real good height. 7,
Seven,
6.5,
6.5,
7.5.
7.5.
Eddie starting round number 4.
Beginning round number four, Eddie from Rosemount, performing a 202A back, one somersault straight 1.7.
Back, one somersault in a straight position here for Eddie McBride from Rosemount starting round number 4. Holding on there. 4.5,
Four and a
4.5,
half, four and a
4.5.
half, four and a half. Next up is Evan from Egan,
Evan from
performing a
Egan.
202C back, one somersault tuck 1.6.
Back, one somersault tuck position here for Evan from Egan.
Four and a half,
4.5,
four and a half,
4.5,
four and a
4.5.
half. Next diver is Nick from Red Wing, performing a 402C inward one somersault tuck 1.6.
Nick's doing an inward one somersault and tuck position here, 1.6 degree difficulty for the diver from Red Wing. That's tough. That's a tough dive to do. 4, 4.5,
Four and a
4.5.
half, four and a half. Next diver is
Ethan.
Ethan from Egan, performing a 202A back, one somersault straight 1.7.
A back, one somersault in the straight position here for Ethan, the sophomore from Egan. Nice dive by the sophomore. 4, 4.5, 4.5.
Four and a half. Next up is Landon from
Landon
Red
from Red
Wing,
Wing.
performing a 203B back, one and a half somersault pike 2.3.
A back, 1.5 somersault in a pike position here for Landon from Red Wing. Good height off the board. 5, 5, 5.5. Zach's up
Next up
next
is
from
Zach
Rosemount.
from Rosemount, performing a 301A reverse dive straight 1.8.
A reverse dive straight here for Zach. One of his newer dives here that he's added.
Five,
5,
five and a
5.5,
half, four and a
4.5.
half. Next up is Jacob from Egan, performing a 203B back, one and a half somersault pike 2.3.
A back, 1.5 somersault pike position here for Jacob from Egan. Four and a half, 4.5, 4.5. Across the board, another bingo here this morning. Zach from Red Wings up
Next up is
next.
Zach from Red Wing, performing a 201B back dive 1.6.
Back dive, 1.6. Nice dive by Zach. My understanding is he 8, 7.5, 7.5. Zach is the runner-up for Class A last year in
Next up is
2024,
Lucas from Rosemount, performing a
the state
201B back
championship.
dive pike. The pike position is 1.6.
Back dive pike position here for Lucas. We're in round number 4. Seven and a half,
Seven
eight,
and a half,
7.
8, 7. Our final diver of
Final
round number
diver here
4
today
is
for round
Stone from
4,
Egan.
Stone Larson from Egan.
205 ski, back 2.5 somersault tuck, 3.0.
Back 2.5 in a tuck position. Stone Larson, the senior from Egan, the captain, one of the captains for the Egan swim and dive team. Five, 5.5, 4.5. Starting round number 5.
We are starting round number 5. The reminder is that we are not taking a break after this round. We will be taking a break after the 8th round. Eddie from Rosemount performing a 52-21D, back 1 somersault, 1/2 twist, free, 1.7.
Eddie from Rosemount starting round number 5 here. Back dive twister here, I believe, if I caught the number. Yep. Nice dive by Eddie. 4.5, 5, 4.5.
4.5.
Evan from
Next up is
Egan.
Evan from Egan, performing a 52-21D, back 1 somersault, 1/2 twist, free, 1.7.
A back 1 somersault half twist. Free position for Evan from Egan. Four, 4.5, 4.
4.
Nick from Red Wing
Next
up
diver
next
is
now.
Nick from Red Wing, performing a 51-22D, forward 1 somersault, 1 twist, free, 1.9.
Nick's doing a forward 1 somersault, 1 twist, free position. I believe he's a sophomore from Red Wing. Got all the way around there. 3.5, 3, 4.
Next up is
Ethan.
Ethan from Egan, performing a 52-23D, back 1 somersault, 1/2 twist, free, 2.3.
A back 1.5 with, I believe it said 1 twist. If I caught our PA announcer Henry Garten today. Looked like it. 5, 5.5, 5. Landon from
Next up
Red
is
Wing.
Landon from Red Wing, performing a 52-23D, back 1 somersault, 1/2 twist, free, 2.3.
Back 1.5 with 1.5 twists here, 2.3 degree of difficulty. Nice distance from the board. 4, 4.5, 5. Zach from Rosemount up
Next up
next
is
here.
Zach from Rosemount, performing a 302C, reverse 1 somersault tuck, 1.6.
1.6 here for Zach, a reverse 1 somersault in a tuck position. Good height. 5.5, 5, 5.
Next diver is
Jacob
Jacob
from
from
Egan.
Egan, performing a 52-25D, back 1 somersault, 2.5 twist, free, 2.7.
Back 1 somersault, 2.5 twists. 2.7 degree of difficulty. Two, two,
2,
two.
2, and 2.
Another bingo here. I think Jacob
Next
had our
up is
last
Zach
bingo.
from Red
Zach from
Wing,
Red Wing.
performing a 203B, back 1.5
Back one and I think he said 1 1/2. Sorry, I missed that one. Yep, back 1 1/2 in a pike position. 7,
Seven,
6 1/2, 6.
6.
Lucas here for Rosemount.
Next up is Lucas from Rosemount, performing a 205C, back 2.5 somersault tuck, 3.0.
Back 2 1/2 for in a tuck position here for Lucas from Rosemount. Oh, he got it all the way around there. 7, 7 1/2, 6 1/2.
Last diver,
Storm
round
or
5, Stone
Stone,
from
sorry.
Egan, performing a 52-33D, back 1 1/2 somersault, 1 1/2 twist, free,
Back
2.5.
1 1/2 with 1 1/2 twist in a free position here for Stone Larson, senior from Egan. Nice dive by Stone. 6 1/2, 6 1/2, 6.
6.
Chris.
We are now beginning round number 6. Eddie from Rosemount,
Eddie starting off
performing
round
a
number 6 here.
401C, inward dive tuck, 1.9.
Inward dive tuck 1.9 here for Eddie McBreen. Nice dive by Eddie. 4, 4 1/2, 4 1/2.
4.5.
I think Eddie is only doing 6 dives today. Maybe
Next
doing
up is
8
Evan
potentially.
from Egan. He will be performing a 301A reverse dive straight 1.8.
Reverse dive straight here for Evan from Egan. 1.8 degree of difficulty. Three and a half, 3, 3 1/2.
Next diver is Nick from Red Wing, performing a 101C forward dive tuck 1.2.
Forward dive tuck here for Nick from Red Wing. 1.2 degree of difficulty. 4, 5, 5. Ethan, Ethan
Next
for
diver is
Egan's up
Ethan from
next.
Egan, performing a 301A reverse dive straight 1.8.
A reverse dive straight, 1.8 here for Ethan from Egan. Had a nice night last night in a dual meet with Rosemount. 4 1/2, 5, 4 1/2.
Next diver is
Landon,
Landon from Red Wing, performing a 403C inward 1 1/2 somersault tuck 2.2.
inward dive, 1 1/2 somersaults in a tuck position here for Landon from Red Wing. I believe he's a junior from Red Wing. Nice dive. 6 1/2, 6 1/2, 7.
Next diver is Zach from Rosemount, performing a 201C back dive tuck 1.5.
Back dive tuck for Zach here. 201C. Junior from Rosemount. Good height. 6 1/2, 5 1/2, 6.
Next diver is Jacob from Egan, performing a 301A
Jacob from
reverse
Egan
dive straight
on reverse
1.8.
dive straight. Four and a half, 5-4.
Next diver is Zach from Red Wing,
Zach from Red
performing a
Wing up.
301B reverse dive pike 1.7.
Reverse dive pike here, 1.7 for Zach from Red Wing. Good height, really good height. Almost touched the ceiling on that one. 6.5, 8, 7.
8 and 7.
Next up, Lucas from Rosemount.
Next up is Lucas from Rosemount, performing a 301B reverse dive pike 1.7.
A reverse dive pike here, 1.7 for Lucas. 11 dives, so we're going to see all kinds of different ones here. Nice dive by Lucas. 8, 7.5, 7.5.
Final dive of round number 6 is Stone from
Stone
Egan,
Larson here.
performing a 301B reverse dive pike 1.7.
A reverse dive pike for Stone Larson. 1.7, same dive Lucas Girton just did. Six and a half, 7, 7. Now starting, gonna go to round 7 now. Eddie McBride did 6 dives. He's had a nice day.
Eddie from Rosemount is only completing 6 dives today, so we'll move on to diver number 2 to start round number 7. That will be Evan from Egan, performing a 302C reverse
A
one
reverse one
somersault tuck
somersault in a tuck
1.6.
position here for Evan from Egan. Four and a half, 4.5. Next up is Nick from Red Wing.
Next up is Nick from Red Wing, performing a 103B forward 1.5 somersault pike 1.7.
Forward 1.5 somersault in a pike position here for Nick from Red Wing. Five and a half. Ethan from Egan's up next. We're in round number 7.
Ethan from Egan, performing a 302C reverse one somersault tuck 1.6.
A reverse one somersault in a tuck position here. A 1.7, I believe, is the degree of difficulty. Five and a half, 5. Landon from Red Wing.
Next diver is Landon from Red Wing,
Up next.
performing a 302C reverse one somersault tuck
A
1.6.
reverse one somersault tuck position here from Landon from Red Wing. Five and a half, 5 and a half. Zach's up from Rosemount.
Performing a 202C back one somersault tuck 1.5.
Back one somersault tuck position here for Zach from Rosemount. 1.5 degree of difficulty. Six, 5.5.
Next diver is Jacob from Egan, performing a 303C reverse 1.5 somersault tuck 2.12.
Reverse 1.5 somersaults. If I caught the number right, for Jacob from Egan. Reverse 1.5 in a pike position here for Zach from Red Wing. Nice dive by Zach. 7-7-7.
7-7-7.
Lucas from Rosemount's up next.
Next up is Lucas from Rosemount, performing a 305C, reverse 2.5 somersault tuck, 3.0.
Reverse 2.5. Somersaults in a tuck position here. 3.0 degree of difficulty. Six, 5.5, 6.
Final diver of round number 7 is Stone from Egan, performing a 305C, reverse 2.5 somersault tuck, 3.0.
Reverse 2.5 here, tuck position here for Stone Larson, the same dive Lucas Gerton just did. Stone from Egan. Three and a half, 4.5, 4. Starting round number
Beginning
8.
round number 8, a reminder there will be a break after this round. Evan from Egan performing a 401C, inward dive tuck, 1.4.
Inward dive tuck here for Evan from Egan. After this round, after we get through round number 8, we will be taking a break. The divers will be warming up, and we'll have a short break. So Evan from Egan. Inward dive tuck here. 4.5, 5, 4.5. Next up is Nick from Red Wing.
Next up is Nick from Red Wing, performing a 201C, back dive tuck, 1.5.
Back dive tuck, 1.5. Nick from Red Wing. I believe he's a sophomore if I wrote it down right. Four, 4.5, 4.5. Evan from Egan. Or excuse me, Ethan. Ethan from
Performing
Egan.
a 401B, inward dive pike, 1.5.
Inward dive pike, 1.5 for Ethan from Egan. We have Ethan and Evan. Five, 5, 5. Another bingo here. Landon's up for Red Wing as we're halfway through here, round 8.
From Red Wing, performing a 303C, reverse 1.5 somersault tuck, 2.1.
Reverse 1.5 in a tuck position here. 2.1 degree difficulty. Nice dive by Landon. 5, 5.5, 5. Zach up for Rosemount. Junior.
Next diver is Zach from Rosemount, performing a 401C, inward dive tuck, 1.4.
Inward dive tuck, 1.4. Really nice entry. 6, 6, 6, 6.5, and 6.5.
Next diver is Jacob from Egan, performing a 401C, inward dive tuck, 1.4.
Inward dive tuck, 1.4 here for Jacob from Egan, the junior. Six, 6, 5.5.
Next divers from Red Wing.
Zach from Red Wing.
5233D, back one half somersault, 1 and 1/2 tuck, free, 2.5.
2.5
I'm
degree
sorry,
difficulty.
twist.
2.5 here. Nice dive by Zach. 6.5. Nice dive by Zach, runner-up, state runner-up, Class A last
Next
year.
diver is Lucas from Rosemount, performing a 401B inward dive pike, 1.5.
Inward dive pike here for Lucas in round number 8, state champ last 2 years. Actually, last 3 years. Eight, 8.5, 8.
Last diver of round
Stone
number
is
8,
going to be
Stone
their
from
last
Beacon,
diver of round number
performing
8.
a 401B inward dive pike, 1.5.
Inward dive pike, 1.5 for Stone Larson. Seven, 5.5. So we're going to take a break here now after round
At
number
the end
8.
of round 8, divers, the board is open for
The board is
that.
open. We'll leave. We'll come back as we get ready to go again. But
So we're ready.
the judges are gonna have to go talk to their teams. The divers are gonna get ready here, warm up on their final 3 dives, and audience, we got a nice crowd here today. So we'll be back momentarily, and we'll keep the live feed going for the practice. So if you come back, you can see where things are at. But thanks for joining us today, and we'll be back momentarily to start the final 3 rounds. So divers continue to practice here. We're probably winding down here on the practice time. We had the scores here as where we're at from the standpoint of after 8 dives. First of all, Eddie McBride from Rosemount, 6 dive score of 126.5. I do know that is his personal best. So nice job, Eddie. So then going from low to high, uh, Evan from Egan at 165, Nick from Red Wing at 170.25, Jake from Egan at 212, Ethan from Egan at 213.65, Zach from Rosemont at 221.9, Landon from Red Wing at 255.15, Stone from Egan at 319.95, Zach from Red Wing at 348.9, and Lucas from Rosemont at 364, all after 8 dives. So nice setup here. Pool record here at Rosemont is 476. Point, my eyes aren't very good, but either 0.37, 47, something like that. But 476 looks like it's in jeopardy here today. It's by a diver from Mounds View, and I believe that's been on the record books here for quite some time. So it looks like either Lucas, Zach, or Storm is right in, has it in its crosshairs here for today. So as we are wrapping up our practice here, it looks like most of the divers are almost done. We'll begin momentarily with some more for our final 3 rounds, and some usually when we get to these last 3 rounds, tend out to bring out some of the better, more tougher dives, something that maybe they've been working on, or something that is their go-to, something that a comfort dive, if you want to say, that they can score really, really well on. So with that, we will come back momentarily, but we are about ready to begin round number 9. Looks like we're gonna get going. The referee's corralling the coaches. We got 3 dives here. We're gonna be starting round number 9 as we go forward here. The divers are all grouping together. I'm sure the referee may be speaking to them here momentarily, but coaches are coming back. Coach Dan Monahan for the Rosemount Irish, Amy Carlson for the Egan. And I did not catch the coach's name for Red Wing, but all 3 teams appear to be very well coached here. The beauty of diving, it sure looks like the divers get to know each other and have a good time. So we'll begin here momentarily. Looks like we're just waiting for the Egan coach, Amy Carlson, before we begin. Once again, the scores here going from bottom of the top here. Evan from Egan at 165, Nick from Red Wing at 170.25, Jacob from Egan at 212, then Ethan from Egan at 213.65, then Zach from Rosemount at 221.9, Landon from Red Wing at 255.15, and then the top 3 here is Stone Larson at 319.95, then it's Zach from Red Wing at 348.9, and then Lucas Girton for Rosemount at 364. Pool record is 476.37 by a diver from Mounds View. I cannot read that. I didn't bring my glasses here today, but 476.37. The the pool record, it looks like it's in jeopardy by one of our top 3 divers here today. And should be a fun final 3 rounds. Some good fireworks typically that come out here in the late rounds where divers are maybe trying a
All right,
dive that
ladies
they
and gentlemen,
haven't
to begin our rounds,
performed yet or
as per
performed
the
many
round
times, but a high
invitation,
degree of difficulty
there
typically.
are 3
So,
dives left
so
for
we're going to
each
begin
diver.
momentarily. Public address announcer Henry Curtin is uh, talking
Starting our
through
finals is
starting off
Evan
here, and
from Egan,
Evan from Egan
round
starting
number 9.
round number 9.
Doing a 402C, inward 1 somersault tuck, 1.6.
Inward 1 somersault tuck position. Here, Evan from Egan. Nice dive here to start off round number 9. 4, 4.5, 4.5.
4.5.
Next up is Nick from Red Wing.
Next diver is Nick from Red Wing, performing a 104C, forward 2 somersault tuck, 2.2.
A forward 2 somersaults tuck position, 2.2 degree of difficulty here for Nick from Red Wing. Two, two, two.
2, and 2.
Next up is Ethan from Egan.
Next up from Egan is Ethan, 403C, inward 1.5 somersault tuck, 2.2.
Inward 1.5 and a tuck position here for Ethan. 2.2 degree difficulty. 4, 4, 4.5. Next up is Landon from
Next up
Red
is
Wing.
Landon
Had
from
a
Red
score
Wing,
of 255.15.
5231D, back 1.5 somersault, 1/2 twist, in the free position, 2.1.
Back 1.5 somersaults and half twist in the free position here for Landon. 4.5, 4.5, 5. Next up is Zach from
Next
Rosemount.
diver is Zach from Rosemount, completing a 403C, inward 1.5 somersault tuck, 2.2.
Inward 1.5 somersault tuck position, 2.2 degree of difficulty. This is one of Zach's favorite dives. six and a half, five and a half, six.
Next diver is Jacob from Egan, performing a 403B, inward 1.5 somersault pike, 2.4.
Jake from Egan here. Inward 1.5 somersault pike position, 2.4, I believe. Five and a half, six, six. Next up is Zach.
Next diver is Zach from Red Wing, performing a 401B, inward dive pike, 1.5.
Inward pike, 1.5 here for Zach from Red Wing. Good height. Seven and a half, seven and a half, seven.
Next diver is Lucas from Rosemount, performing a 403B, inward 1.5 somersault pike, 2.4.
Inward 1.5 somersault pike position here for Lucas. 2.4 degree of difficulty. Sitting at the top right now at a score of 364 after 8 rounds. Eight and a half, eight.
Final diver of round number 9 is Sloan
Last
from
round of
Egan, performing a 403B, inward
inward
1.5
1.5
somersault
somersault
pike,
pike position for
2.4.
Stone. 2.4. 8 round score of 319.95. Seven, seven and a half. Now we're going to be going to round 10.
Evan from Egan,
Two more
performing a
rounds.
403C, inward 1.5
So
somersault
Evan's going to
tuck,
be performing a
2.2.
inward 1.5 somersault tuck position here, 2.2 degree difficulty. Inward 1.5 here. Three and a half, four. Next up is Nick from Red Wing.
Next up from Red Wing is Nick with a 202C, back one somersault tuck, 1.5.
202C, a back one somersault tuck position. Four, five, five for Nick from Red Wing. Next up is Ethan from Egan.
Next diver is Ethan from Egan, performing a 5122D, front one somersault, one twist, free, 1.9.
So Ethan doing a front 1.5 somersault, one twist and a free position here. Four and a half, five. Next up is Landon from Red Wing.
Next diver is Landon from Red Wing, performing a 105C, forward 2.5 somersault, tuck, 2.4. 105C, forward 2.5 somersault, tuck, 2.4.
Forward 2.5 somersault tuck position here for Landon. Some question about what his dive's going to be here, but nice dive. Five and a half. Here comes Zach here from Rosemount, the junior from Rosemount.
Next diver is Zach from Rosemount, completing a 105C, front
Same
2.5
dive here,
somersault
front
tuck, 2.4.
105C, a front 2.5 somersault tuck position for Zach. Something new that he's added this year. 2.4 degree difficulty. 5.5. Next up is Jacob from Egan.
Next diver is Jacob from Egan, performing a 405C, inward 2.5 somersault tuck, 3.1.
Inward 2.5 somersault tuck position here for Jacob. 3.1 degree of difficulty. Saw him try this last night. I think he got it. 3, 4, 3.5.
3.5.
Next up is
Next diver is
Zach from Red Wing.
performing a 53-33D, reverse 1.5 somersault, 1.5 twist free,
1.5 somersaults.
2.6.
Excuse me, 1.5 somersaults, 1.5 twist, and a free position here for Zach from Red Wing. Nice dive. 5.5, 5, 6.5. Next up,
Next
Lucas
up is Lucas from
from
Rosemount,
Rosemount.
performing a 405C, inward 2.5 somersault tuck, 3.1.
Inward 2.5 somersault tuck. 3.1. Won the state championship 2 years ago on this dive. Eight, eight, 8.87 for Lucas.
Last diver of round
Stone
10 is
Larson here
Stone from
finishing up
Egan,
round 10.
performing a 405C, inward 2.5 somersault tuck, 3.1.
Inward 2.5 somersault. Same dive Lucas just did. Tuck position, 3.1 degree of difficulty. Good job. Nice job. Stone brought that into his line. 5.5, 6.5, 5.5. Final round here, starting.
Starting our final round with Evan from Egan,
Evan from
performing
Egan.
a 53-21D, reverse 1 somersault, and 1/2 twist free, 1.8.
1 somersault, 1/2 twist here for Evan. Final dive. It's a failed dive. It looked like he didn't get his twist around. Good attempt here by Evan. Next up is Nick
Next up
from
for
Red
Red
Wing.
Wing is Nick, 51-21D, forward 1 somersault, 1/2 twist free, 1.7.
1.7 degree difficulty. Or dive here, half twist, I believe. Yep. 3.5, 3.5, 4. Next up is Ethan from Egan.
Next diver is Ethan from Egan, performing a 51-24D, front 1 somersault, 2 twists free, 2.3.
Front, 1 somersault, 2 twists here from Ethan from Egan. Five, 4.5. Next up is Landon from Red Wing, having a good day here.
Landon from Red Wing, performing a 404C, inward 2 somersault tuck, 2.8.
Inward 2 somersaults, tuck position. It's like fives across the board here for a bingo. We haven't had a bingo in a while. 5, 5, 5. Zach
Next
from
up is Zach
Rosemount.
from Rosemount, performing a 53-21D, reverse 1 somersault, 1/2 twist free, 1.8.
1 somersault, 1/2 twist for Zach here. Finishing up his final dive. Five and a halfs across the board.
for Egan is Jacob, performing a 52-33D, back 1 1/2 somersault, 1 1/2 twist free, 2.5.
Back dive here. 2.5 here for Jacob finishing up. I missed the call of the dive. Good dive here. 5.5, 5.5, 5.
5.
Next up, Zach here from Red Wing, having a good day.
Next up for Red Wing is Zach, performing a 403B, inward 1 1/2 somersault pike, 2.4.
Inward 1.5, pike position. Nice dive by Zach. Junior from Red Wing. Got a 7, 7, 6.5. Next up, final dive for Lucas.
Next up for Rosemount is Lucas, performing a 51-32D, front 1 1/2 somersault, 1 twist, free, 2.2.
Front, 1.5, 1 twist. I believe he won this, had this dive 3 years ago to win the state championship. Makes it look so easy. 7.5, 8, 8.5. And Stone
Our
Larson here
diver
finishing
Nick
up.
Stone from Egan, performing a 51-32D, front 1 1/2 somersault, twist, 1 twist, free, 2.2.
Same dive here, I believe, as Lucas. Stone having a nice college, or excuse me, high school career. 6.5, 7, 7.5. That concludes the diving portion. We'll wait for the scores here before
That,
we
ladies and
sign
gentlemen,
off.
the divers will have the
Thank you,
scores tabulated very
Bev
quickly.
from
Thank you all the
North Dakota.
judges
Stone had
for
a
your
nice
time and
day. He's
effort
always
today.
fun to watch throughout the years here. So thanks for tuning in. And Zach from Red Wings had a really nice day. And I didn't catch his last name, so I appreciate it, Andrew, for letting me know. Michelson. Uh, some really great dives here today. And as we compute the scores, we'll wait. But I know for the Rosemount swim and dive team, our next meet, which is a home meet, is on Friday, the 31st, against the Lakeville South Cougars, uh, right here from Rosemount Middle. 6 o'clock will be our start time. And I know that these divers appreciate having this opportunity to work on their 11 dives in a competition setting as they head towards sections in approximately a month from now. And we'll just wait here for the scores. I'll come back online once we have the scores tallied. So thank you for tuning in, and be back momentarily. Welcome back here. They just announced the scores. I was writing them down so I could tell you right away here. So Eddie McRyan, finished with 6 dives at 126.5. So the rest of the divers who finished 11 dives, ninth place is Evan from Egan at 249.1. In eighth place is Nick from Red Wing at 263.08. Seventh place is Ethan from Egan at 300.45. In sixth place is Jacob from Egan at 326.55. In fifth place is Zach at 328.40, personal best. In fourth place is Landon from Red Wing at 363.75. Top three are in third place, Stone Larson from Egan at 472. And in second place, Zach Michelson from Red Wing at 475.3. And in first place, and a new pool record here at Rosemount Middle is 546.9 is Lucas Gurton. So we have set the pool record here once again. Uh, and he's got a clean sweep on all the records here at Rosemount. So once again, thank you for joining us. And we look forward to seeing you on next Friday, January 31st, when the Rosemount Irish take on the Lakeville South Cougars. So once again, my name is Scott Manoir. Thanks for joining us and have a great Saturday. Thank you. Take care.